Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here to be talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022. Now, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 is the sequel to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. And this is kind of a reboot of the Modern Warfare series because, as everyone knows, one of the most successful and celebrated Call of Duty franchises is the Modern Warfare trilogy. That was the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, which released about a decade ago and even more than a decade ago, being 2007, 2009, 2011, respectively, for each of those games. And what they wanted to do is, how Call of Duty is it's that franchise in gaming that gets released every single year, and for the most part, it's the same cookie-cutter garbage that they put out to the masses, like Madden or NBA or 2K or whatever, like the same type of game. Even Assassin's Creed for a while, where they release the same game, change some stuff, and then sell it full price each year. And it's become kind of comical at this point. Everyone rags on them and stuff, but people still keep buying the games. And occasionally, you'll get one of the Call of Duty games that come out and be so good and like such a fun, refreshing take on Call of Duty in general. Does this game do that, or is it the same cookie cutter trash? Let's dive into it. So the main plot now, what this game does is there's three sections. You have the multiplayer, of course, which is the most successful and well known for Call of Duty at this point. You have their Spec Ops mode as well, and you have the campaign. Now, later on this month, they are going to bring back Warzone 2.0, which Warzone is, originated from the Modern Warfare 2019, but also it's identical to Blackout from Black Ops 4, which is their Battle Royale mode, except it's better in a lot of aspects in terms of graphics, gameplay style, and just overall sense of stuff to do in the map. It's like a better improvement. In my heart, though, I still love Blackout because it was funny to run around with a little action figure and one-hit people. But that's besides the point. So, diving into it, when you get to the multiplayer has a bunch of modes like TDM. You have Kill Confirm. You have Hardpoint, Domination. You have a bunch of modes that are familiar to the Call of Duty franchise. But there was this one thing that it could have been in past games. I don't play them every year, so I'm not entirely sure. But they added this third-person mode, which you play Call of Duty, the same type of stuff, but in third person. Now, I'm a third-person type of guy, so that just spoke to me. And that mode, TDM and all, I have such fun with it when I play with friends whenever I hop on the game. And it's really enjoyable. And of course, like the leveling up and getting your guns leveled up, it seems to be much easier. There isn't much crazy shenanigans you have to do. I mean, it's still tedious and you have to grind for getting your guns maxed out and stuff, or get the camos or whatever, like I've had a couple friends do. But it seems much more palatable, much more doable. And the multiplayer overall is pretty fun. It trends a lot all the time now, which is weird because usually when a Call of Duty comes out, nobody talks about it and stuff because, it's the same crap. But this game, I've noticed in particular, is getting a lot of buzz from fans and not so much critics, but just, fans and casual people. So it's really connecting with the audiences opposed to critics because the critic score wasn't as high, which is weird. It was like, they said it was about average, 6 or 7 from some sites, or lower. And a lot of complaints go to the campaign, which I'll dive into now. Now, the campaign picks up after the first one, and what makes it kind of drag for me is that they introduce a bunch of characters that you know and love, like Ghost, Soap, General Shepard, Shadow Company, and it's all great. But the problem is you're playing the game, I feel like, and you have two main story threads. You have Gaz and Price on this one side doing the terrorist type stuff, and you do have Soap and Ghost with Shadow Company and Shepard and all. But then the story with Shadow Company, how they're bad guys, and so that storyline with Ghost and Soap, those missions and types of that storyline, I thought was way more interesting than the villain itself, because even when you play the final mission and you have the boss fight and all that, how they do it is cool because they add stuff. Like there's different missions that are really fresh to the Call of Duty formula. I feel like there's missions where one of my favorite missions in this Call of Duty game, I believe it's called Alone. It's after someone, something bad happens and you're basically left alone and you have to scrounge around. You have no weapons or anything. You have to make weapons like by grabbing bits and pieces around the map and stealth taking out enemies and cornering through cabinets and going through stealthily. And that reminded me a lot of The Last of Us, because Last of Us is like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't the first game to do it, but a lot of people have started copying off of how Last of Us did its crafting materials and crafting abilities. And that felt, especially with the little circle to craft your stuff and doing the little animation and stuff, they may have piggybacked off of Last of Us in that aspect, but it was great, that mission. And then the final mission kind of did that, so that was cool. You have car chase missions, stealth sniper missions that pay homage to the original trilogy, like all ghillied up where they're in the ghillie suits. Like there's stuff there that makes you love this game and want it to be better. But the main thing that drags it down is that there's the side B plot, which I feel like is Shadow Company and Shepard, all that hoopla. That's the side B plot when it should have been the side A plot, I felt like, because the main terrorist bad guy is generic and bland. And even when at the end of the mission, at the end of the game, I don't really want to spoil it, but when, it just was so sudden and abrupt, and even my reaction, because I love when it clips your reactions when you get trophies and stuff. I was like, wait, what the hell? That was it? That was so anticlimactic. So it's like even the game knew he was just a generic villain that they had to have in there to get your main characters into these hurdles and obstacles to play through the story. But so I could see why critics were kind of iffy, because the first game, I thought, beginning to end, had a really fun, good, cohesive story that really made you connect with the characters, especially with like Farah and her brother, and even with Alex and how they introduced Price and Gaz and stuff. Like all that was really well done. And in this game, it just feels kind of 50-50. Like the missions you play as Price and Gaz are cool, don't get me wrong, and they give Laswell, like from the first game, they give her more to do in this game, and that's cool. But I wasn't clicking with that storyline as much as I was with the Soap and Ghost one, which I really did like, and I liked their camaraderie and them, especially Alone has to be my favorite mission in this game because it was so good. And this game was really fun, and of course, as Modern Warfare is known to have, Spec Ops. And Spec Ops, it's pretty tame compared to the OG trilogy. There's only 3 missions as of now. Who knows if they're going to add more. And to get 3 stars, there isn't as much of a challenge, which I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of happy about, because you had to get the trophy for getting 3 stars on each of the missions. But there isn't that much replayability and different ways you could redo the mission, because once you've done it, there's really nothing you gain out of it. So Spec Ops kind of fell on its face. Multiplayer solid. Campaign has its ups and downs. But yeah, with all that said, those were my thoughts on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022. Again, thank you all so much, and I really do appreciate you all watching. And like I said, this game has been doing bonkers. Like, it's been doing crazy good with how much money it's made. As you see there, it's outsold, like, it just made how much money it's making, how it's still in the conversation, even with big juggernauts like God of War Ragnarok releasing, and some of these other games that have been releasing throughout the year. Like, I know it just came out, but it's a really competitive marketplace, so for it to still be doing well, for a stand like a type of Call of Duty that they put out every year, really speaks to a testament that this game, I feel like, is clicking with its audience. Even if critics may be a little bit harsh on it, I still feel like it's a fun game overall. And thank you all so much for watching. If you want to comment down below, do you love this Call of Duty game? Do you think it's generic and they need to stop releasing the same type of game every year with little tweaks here and there? And what else do you guys think? If you want to hit the subscribe button and the bell as well to get notified when I upload, that would be awesome. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye!